Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mira and this is my page. If you're new here, howdy fucking do. If you're returning, also howdy fucking do. So sorry, I'm cringy. So we're gonna be doing a love reading today. So we're gonna be getting their feelings, their thoughts, and their intentions, and just a little bit of whatever spirit wants to put out there. We have 3 piles for you guys today. The first is an acorn. This glass acorn, so pretty. For pile number 1. Pile number 2 is this crystal peach. And then pile number 3, we also have another crystal, but it's a pear. I don't know what type of crystal these are, but I think they're the same. Kind of, I think. I'm not the biggest crystal person, so correct me in the comments. But yeah, I will see you guys in your readings. Timestamps are down below. Toodles. Pile number 1, you guys chose this acorn right here. Immediately I was like looking at my vape pen next to me and just like, oh, I really want to like hit that for some reason. That could definitely be the way that your person talks. That could be the way that you talk, or your person could be a smoker, or you could be a smoker. But yeah, I'm definitely getting that. There's something about like inhalation, enjoyment here. I'm getting the word hedonistic, so that could be something here as well. But let's see. Pile number 1, can you spirit guides of pile number 1, can you please tell me about their person, their thoughts, feelings, and intentions? We have, yeah, the sun. This is definitely giving me the energy that I was just talking about, because I keep on hearing hedonistic. And somebody who is hedonistic, if you do not know, there's somebody who pursues pleasure above all else. So this could be the person who finds pleasure in spending, but they always go over that limit, right? This could be somebody who has like maybe trigger warning, like a sex addiction or a drug addiction or something like that. It doesn't feel so heavy like that, but it does feel like that energy of like, I will get what I want at all costs. The way that I'm saying it kind of sounds a little toxic, but the way that I'm feeling the energy doesn't necessarily feel so toxic. So let's continue. But yeah, with the sun, it's like too much of any good thing can be bad for you. So this could be somebody who likes to engage, like I said, in a lot of sex. This person could be somebody who smokes weed or something like that, which is not bad, or like they like to indulge in alcohol. But this person might have a hard time finding their limit or sticking to that limit. This could be somebody that you don't fully trust here. Yeah, could definitely be somebody that you don't fully trust. Maybe you're working towards trusting this person. Maybe before they had broken the contract of your agreement, whether it was like, oh, we're gonna be monogamous, or oh, we're just gonna be friends with benefits. It seems like in some sort of way this person, like I said, they have a difficulty staying to the limits. This person might see like limits as very restricting or confining. They might see boundaries as something that holds them back. There's just like, I don't want to say this unhealed type of mindset around boundaries, but it's just like this sense of, I feel like at its core, it's this sense of unworthiness, this sense of people want to change me, right? Yeah, we have the star right here, the star and the sun. This person really does find you exceptionally attractive. This person finds you super attractive. I don't know if you've had sex with this person before, but I'm getting a lot of sexual energy from this person. That could definitely be something that is maybe a major problem within your relationship, is that this person is too physically focused. Maybe you have never had sex with this person, and That's where their mind is at, and that could be potentially why you are having a little bit of hard time trusting this person. We have the Strength card and the Eight of Wands. This person could be the type of person that if they don't get what they want from you, they go and get it from other places. This person, like I said, they're a hedonist. King of Wands right here. Interesting. Or they might have been a hedonist before, and because they had showed this sort of like I want to say disrespect. I want to say like not respecting your boundaries, not respecting your wants, your values for yourself and your relationships and the connections that you keep. There is this energy here of breaking those boundaries or trampling over them. There's just this energy of before maybe they didn't necessarily respect the boundaries or guidelines that you put in place. Like I'm seeing somebody like put like a caution tape and then somebody just rams into it and like you know, breaks it all up type of energy. Yeah, we have the Page of Pentacles though, so I do feel like for some reason it's like this person really wants to do better. They want to be better with the King of Wands here. Wow, the King of Wands is coming out over the Hierophant here and the Ace of Wands. This person is trying to have more self-control. Maybe this person was somebody who didn't necessarily have a lot of self-control before because they chase and pursue pleasure above all else. And I feel like now they're starting to understand that pleasure, you can find pleasure anywhere, but you can't find stability anywhere. You can't find somebody that you want to build that stability with everywhere. Like you can always go have fun with another person, right? But you can't always go build a life with somebody, right? And I feel like this person's starting to recognize like you are the type of person that, you know, they're not going to be able to find anywhere else. Maybe they were looking and they just couldn't, they just haven't found it. Yeah, maybe they were looking, having fun with other people, other parties, and other situations. Maybe you guys have had a couple separation periods, or maybe this is something that they did behind your back. We keep on getting the Hierophant. Keep on getting the Hierophant. Somebody here broke the rules. Whether the rule was we're only seeing each other, or the rule was maybe you guys were in an open relationship and the rule was, okay, well, you just have to be transparent with me, or you have to let me know, or you have to, you know, tell me about those other partners that you take in and stuff like that. But somebody broke the rules here. Can we get more information? Yeah, somebody broke the rules and somebody left because of these rules that were broken. Maybe this person left before you could take notice that they broke the rules. Maybe you left because this person had violated those terms, right? I just keep on seeing like a piece of paper and a pen, and on the top it says terms and agreements. So it's like there was something that was agreed upon here. There was something that was talked about, and somebody completely disregarded that, you know, agreement. And it's like it really fucked up somebody's trust here. Maybe somebody has emotionally left, but not physically. Or maybe you're thinking about leaving. Should I leave? Should I go? Should I stay? We have Six of Wands. Let me pull one more card before I start talking about that. I do feel like, yeah, Page of Cups. Page of Cups and a Page of Pentacles. And when we also have the Page of Wands, the only page that we don't have is the Page of Swords. I feel like this person, they were hurt by their actions because they've seen that you were hurt by their actions. And sometimes it sucks that in order for somebody to see their wrongs, sometimes they're going to need to see the way that you react to it or the way that their wrongs have hurt you, instead of just taking that common sense and being like, oh, well, if I do this, it would hurt her, him, they, them, whatever. They actually had to go through it in order to learn from that. And I feel like if you had caught this person, or I feel like if there was a conversation had here about this disruption of the peace, this violation of the boundaries, terms, and agreements, I feel like this person is committed to change. I do feel like they are committed to doing better. There might be a lot of circumstances in their life right now where they feel kind of stuck, and they might be tempted to use that outlet they might be tempted to use that outlet they had used before that was violating these terms and agreements. So for example, if it's you know, I don't feel comfortable with you drinking. I don't feel comfortable with you using substances. Maybe they went and did that before, and that's how they violated these terms and agreements that you guys had. Maybe it's we're monogamous, but this person went and did something with somebody else, whether it was major or minor. In some way, whatever they did, it's sort of like whatever difficulty they're going through within their life right now, they feel very disconnected. And because they feel very disconnected, I do feel the temptation to go and do things that I had done previously that definitely weren't the best choices. But I do see like this sort of self-restraint. It's like, do I really want to do this? Or I feel like this person is starting to recognize the patterns that they have and what drives them to make the decisions that they make. Because before, I feel like they were just making stupid decisions from their ego. And now they're actually starting to be like, okay, well, when I get like this, my mind always goes towards this. So why is my mind always going towards this? Because I feel like 11:11 on the clock. I feel like a lot of what's happening here is this person, they were making decisions that were against their own moral values and their own code of conduct. And I feel like this person, they want to do better. They never meant to hurt you. They genuinely want to build something with you. We have the Page of Pentacles right here, the Star, the Hierophant, the Sun. This person, and the Six of Wands. This person wants to do better. Yeah, they want to have this new beginning with you, but they know that they're going to need to figure things out. I see this person like thinking about like a therapist or something like that. I don't know if their pride would allow them to actually go to one, but it definitely is something that comes up. Or maybe they talk to their friends and their friends sort of act like a therapist for them for some reason. This person, they might have acted out of insecurity, and it might not have seemed like insecurity because maybe to you they have nothing to be insecure about. Maybe to you they're like the sexiest, most attractive person ever with the best personality and blah 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 blah. But for some reason they feel less than. Am I on the right track here? King of Cups, Temperance. Yeah. It's like looking at the old patterns and asking myself, are those patterns that I'm willing to repeat if I'm going to keep on like getting these it's like this person was unconsciously repeating patterns of people that they had seen before or situations they had seen before. They were repeating patterns that had been repeated to them that had hurt them and inevitably ended up hurting you and themselves in the process. And so I feel like this person is like, damn, like whatever I did, it's irreparable. They might think that there's no way of coming back from this, or they know that the road coming back from this is going to be really, really, really difficult. And yeah. They were like, yeah, I jumped and I made an impulse decision, and now it's time to talk about it. So if you guys haven't talked about it, we now have the Page of Swords coming out. So we have all the pages. They're all messenger cards. This person wants to have a really deep conversation, or maybe they need to have it, but they don't know how to bring it up. This person is having really, really big internal dialogue with themselves right now, and they're really diving into their shadow. They're really diving into why they do what they do, and how they could prevent that in the future from hurting them. Yes, how they could prevent that from hurting them in the future. They're like, I don't want to keep on making these decisions that hurt me and hurt the person that I'm with. I don't want to keep on making this person feel like that. I don't want to keep on doing these things. Like I said, they're unconsciously following programming. They're unconsciously following a pattern that they weren't even aware that they had. Maybe it was something so small, and then it turned into something so big very, very quickly, and they didn't even realize that they could be that type of person, but they were. And now they're having to deal with the emotions that come with the realization that they did something that maybe they shouldn't have done, right? Back of the deck, we have the Two of Swords here. Yeah, this person's like, why did I do that? Why did I act like this? What was wrong with me? There's definitely some self-worth issues here. There's a lot of insecurity that's coming up here. And so if this person had told you, like, I know a lot of the times when we catch somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing, it's like, oh, it's a me thing. It's not a you thing. It's not about you at all. It's about me. I was feeling insecure. I was feeling bad about myself. And so that led me to make blank, 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 blank decisions, right? If this person had told you something along those lines, they're being honest. It might not have felt great. It might not make you trust them anymore. It might not help the situation at all, but they're being honest. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Yeah. And now they feel like their relationship or their connection with you is up in the air because they made some dumbass decisions. I see a lot of fives right here. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Literally. Oh, and another 5. There's a lot of 5s, like, because these are Roman numerals, so a lot of these cards have a 5 in it, but the cards that are actually 5 is 1, 2, 3. 3 cards that are actually 5s right here. And then we have a 1 for a page, and then a 6 right here. So 6 minus 1 is 5. The Devil. Yeah, this person's doing major shadow work. Yeah, major shadow work. And they are coming to some sort of decision here. They are making a decision with their heart. And they are dedicated to working on themselves. They're dedicated to they know that the shitty decisions that they were making before was stemming from fear and ego and unworthiness, and they're like, okay, well, I see what I need to work on. If you thought that maybe this person didn't see what they needed to work on, or they were unsure, you don't need to point it out to them. They see what they need to work on, and they've committed themselves to working on it because they want something better. They want something better. They want something more stable. They want something that they can come home to. And they realize that they may have fucked up that dynamic that they could have had for themselves, and they're working on getting it back. So this is what I see for your person. This is actually really, really good energy. It didn't start off in the best way. 1717 on the clock. It didn't start off the best way, but it definitely, this person had to go through the mud in order to have that, like, understanding of, like, okay, this is exactly where this is coming from, and this is what I need to do. I feel like if this big situation that might have blown up in your, like, you know, whatever sparked this, whatever big situation or ideal that sparked this sort of energy between you and this person, it needed to happen for them to see things clearly about how their system operates. You could have never told them enough times. You could have never shown it to them enough times. They needed to see it themselves. And unfortunately, to see it themselves, they needed to make a mistake that they didn't think that they were capable of making. But that's what I have for you guys. I'm moving on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, you guys chose this peach. And this is going to be your reading. Stay, please. Okay. Excuse me. A lot of energy coming up from the heart chakra right here. Somebody needs to speak their mind. Somebody needs to get it out. Somebody needs to say it. Say it out loud. You know the song from Elmo? It's called Sing a Song. If you don't know it, go listen to it. Go listen to it. I feel like as soon as I started talking about this pile, my nose started bothering me, and I'm not sick. So there could be something to do with these 3 chakras right here. If you don't know about the nose chakra, look it up. It might be hard to find. But the heart chakra, the 4 chakras, the heart chakra, the high heart chakra, the throat, and the nose might be something like this whole area right here might be activated. You might be sick and feeling things in this realm, right? Could also have like a head cold or something like that. And I'm hearing the one part of that song, don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Yeah, wow. We have the devil straight out the box. We got the fucking devil. Back of the deck is the death card. I would love it if we got the strength card. We also have the 3 of Swords. Somebody here is not over something that happened in the past that hurt them. The Lovers. The Queen of Cups. Somebody is not over what happened in the past that hurt them, but they're trying to be. This could be you. This could be your person. This could be something that is mirroring on both sides. Look at the Hermit. King of Swords. What? What are we talking about, Spirit? It could have been here that both people made decisions that they're unproud of. And both people, it's sort of like the energy here of 2 people just ignoring each other, not connecting with each other. Being with each other just to be with each other. And I don't feel, when I say being with each other just to be with each other, I don't mean that there's no love here. I don't mean that this couldn't be a good connection. We're going to pull more cards and we're going to dive deeper into that. But what it feels like is, do you know when you get into a relationship and it's just amazing, and then a couple years or a couple months later that cupcake phase is done and over with, and then the real problems of being actual adults in an actual committed relationship, an actual serious committed relationship, all those problems sort of come in. Or like when you have a child and it just seems like, oh, well, we had a child and then just everything went downhill. It's never like that, and it's never about the child. The child always highlights the good and the bad within the relationship that is already there. And so I feel like there are 2 people that are neglecting each other that both feel neglected. It's like, I'm neglecting you because I feel neglected, and you're neglecting me because you feel neglected, and nobody's budging, nobody's making a chance, or when we do, it's just we go into it thinking that things are not going to work out. So it's like nobody takes a chance on the other person, and when you do take a chance on the other person, you already have made up in your mind that it's not going to work. You already have made up in your mind that they're not going to listen, or they're not going to change, or things are never going to get better. And so what is ever going to get better if you never believe that it's going to get better? Nothing will. Nothing will. There's a need for this. And like when I say like genders and stuff like that here, I'm talking about energies. So within a relationship, don't matter if it's same sex, don't matter if it's 2 people who identify as helicopters. It don't matter. There's always going to be someone who showcases more masculine energy, and there's always going to be somebody who showcases more feminine energy. And the masculine energy here within this connection, they need to be fucking honest with themselves. They need to come out of that protect myself mode, where it's like, I don't like being told about myself, I don't like hearing about myself, I don't like this, I don't like that. This person, it's like the male, the masculine in this connection, they feel attacked whenever they are told about themselves. They feel attacked whenever this female, feminine energy comes in and says, listen, this isn't the way that I want it to be. Or listen, you know, in order for me to feel blank, I need you to blank. Or I need this to be like this. I feel like the female or the feminine here could be a very good communicator. And it's not that the King of Swords here, this masculine energy, is not a good communicator. It's that they're not a good communicator when they're triggered, or when they're emotional. I feel like this masculine energy here, they might come from a childhood where it was always an attack, or they might come from parents who always talk down on them. And because of that, it feels like this masculine energy here is not used to somebody coming to them and telling them about themselves in a way that it is not me attacking you. Because it feels like the feminine in this connection tries to point things out, but doesn't feel heard, because the masculine hears things through a lens of trauma, through a lens of you're not good enough, through a lens of I need better, you're not good enough, I need better than you, better than you're capable of, instead of just recognizing that they are good enough and that they are capable and that nobody wants them to be anything that they're not. They just want to have a healthy relationship. That's what's going on here. The masculine is taking things as an attack rather than, you ever heard in a relationship it should never be you against the other person, it should be both of you against the issue? Well, it feels like when one party comes to talk about an issue, the other party feels that it's immediately the look in their eyes. I'm seeing two people like sort of like go head to head, like, you know, type of energy, right? So they see it like that, and immediately they feel it like that. And with somebody who is so used to everything being an attack, they need to work on the way that they process constructive criticism, or the way that they process somebody telling them, hey, this is what I need, right? Because right now they're processing it as an attack. Right now they're processing it as you're not good enough, or you're not enough for me, or I want something different, I want somebody different. And in order for them to be what they need to be for their partner, they need to learn how to not take it through that type of lens. Now, feminines, you're not you're not excluded here, because now we're going to talk about you. This feminine has she has one foot out the door. And when she feels unheard, she likes to leave. Whether leaving is leaving physically or leaving emotionally distancing. This could be the silent treatment. This could be hanging up the phone. This could be putting emotional or physical distance between the parties. And the feminine, whether or not we like to realize this, in the world that we live in the energetic world, the feminine always leads. The masculine is the one that makes everything happen, but the feminine is the one that says, okay, well, we need this here and that here. And then the masculine's like, okay, you need this here, you need that there, you need that there, let me help you with that. That is the masculine's job. The masculine is the one who is supposed to bring life to the space, right? No, I'm sorry. the feminine is the one who is supposed to bring the life, and the masculine is the one who creates that that foundation, if that makes sense. The masculine is the box. The feminine says, okay, well, we need this type of area, this type of space. The masculine says, okay, here's the area, here's the space. And then the feminine says, okay, well, we need to fill this space with blank, 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 blank. And then the masculine's like, okay, we'll fill this place with blank, 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 blank. Just hold up. Like that type of energy here. The feminine, the feminine in this connection doesn't know how to let her partner lead. And so she feels like she has to take that leading position. And so now we have a feminine that's in her masculine energy. And we have a masculine that wants to be in his masculine energy, but he cannot lead because he is not being allowed to lead. And that, to a masculine energy, can be very, very damaging. It can be like this thing that says you're not good enough. It could be reinforcing that energy. Sorry, there's a bird. There could be like reinforcing that energy of you're not good enough, you don't do enough. You know, this masculine, it feels like they have been in situations. I feel like I'm just getting a lot of masculine trauma here. But I feel like this masculine here, they have been in situations. My daughter is awake already. Hold on. So sorry. Usually she sleeps for at least an hour, but it's been like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, because it's been 30 minutes on here. So it's been 30 minutes and she's awake. So, you know, mom life. But yeah, there's this energy here in this situation. I just noticed there's like a smudge on the table that looks like it says 333. That could be something here. Oh, I feel like that's talking about the fact that if you chose this pile, it might feel like your relationship is doomed. It might feel like the person that you're with is not putting in the effort that you need them to, regardless of what energy you resonate with. It might feel like you're not getting what you need. And I don't think it's because your person is unwilling or incapable of giving you that. I feel like it might feel like that. But I think the truth is that you're not allowing them to step into that space. If you take up all of the space that you want your partner to take up, they have no room, right? They have no room to do that. So if I want you to sit in this chair and I'm sitting in the chair and I'm telling you sit in the chair, sit in the chair, sit in the chair, sit in the chair, you're not going to be able to sit in the chair unless you sit on me. Like, that's not working. It doesn't work like that. You need to give up the space in order for them to do that. If you want your partner to take the lead, you have to fall back. And that might mean that you need to have a conversation with your person that maybe you feel like should be common sense. Maybe you need to have that conversation like, listen, I feel like I've been leading for so long and I just want to step back and I want you to lead in this way, in that way. Or coming at it with some better dialogue instead of I need this from you. You know, this is what a relationship looks like to me. This is how love looks to me. This is how safety looks to me, how security feels to me. And I would feel much more secure, safe, loved, honored, 3333, if we were to make these little adjustments. And I feel like both parties need to dive 100% in. It can't be 50-50. It's got to be 100-100. And I feel like the masculine needs to step up and lead, but I feel like the feminine needs to allow him to do that. Him, her, whatever. Yeah. Hierophant. You guys might have also chose pile number 1. It's a lot of the same energies, but different. Page of Cups. It's like the feminine doesn't trust the masculine to lead. It's like maybe the feminine here has like trauma or wounding around control. Maybe they had very little control in their childhood. And so now in their adult life, they feel like they need to really, really have a hold on everything. Or maybe they had been pressured or forced into a role where they were taking care of everything. Maybe they were emotionally taking care of and supporting their parents or their siblings or their family financially. It could be like a eldest daughter sort of syndrome here. But yeah, there's just this energy of it's really hard for someone here to let go of control. And I feel like the other party just wants to, I feel like the other party feels comfortable not being in control because maybe, I feel like I'm getting so deep into these two entities. Whereas pile number one, we were directly talking about the viewer's person. Pile number two, we're talking about you and your person. We're talking about how two sides, like how two different entities, two different energies mesh into one to create this stable, happy relationship. Because this is very two-sided. Not to say that every relationship isn't two-sided, because they all are, but this is going down to like childhood wounding. This is, I'm going to say male and female, but as I've already clarified, we do genders here. The male here, the man here, he's used to not being in control. And maybe he might want control, but he's used to, he's used to strong, overbearing women. He's used to masculine women. That's what it is. This male here is used to masculine women. Women who take charge. Maybe his mother, his sisters were very much taking charge. Used to strong but wounded women in their masculine energy. And so once you step up as the feminine and say, okay, I'm taking charge, he's like, okay, take charge. Do it. You know? And I don't feel like that's because he doesn't want to take charge. I feel like it's because he wants the woman here to be happy. And so he just lets her ride. But the issue here is that when the woman, the feminine in this connection, when she takes charge, it's not because she wants to take charge. It's because she wants that control. It's because she feels like if she doesn't do it, it won't get done, or it won't get done the right way. The whole issue here is that the masculine energy needs to have the balls to stand up and say, you know what, go sit down. Let me run the show. Respectfully. And the feminine needs to respectfully go take that seat and allow her man to show her that he's the man that she needs him to be. If you don't ever give somebody the chance to fuck up or the chance to show you, you will never see. You will never see what it could be like if you keep on pulling on the reins so tightly. It's really a wounding thing here. Both people want control, but both people go about it in a different way. The masculine here is more passive and the female here is more aggressive and doesn't want to wait. But I see that waiting could actually do you very, very well. My feminines here, waiting could do you very, very well. It's sort of like my friend was telling me about a roommate that she has, and this roommate, well, two of her roommates, they don't clean up after themselves. And the female roommate that my friend has, she's always cleaning up after these people because she doesn't want to live in filth, which is completely understandable. But if you continue to do something and pick up the slack for somebody, and you never allow them to sit in that dirty, dingy mess of a situation, they're never going to fix it. If you constantly fix it for somebody, they're never going to learn it themselves. That's why they say with children that you need to let them make mistakes, because if you never let them make mistakes, they're always going to be mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy over every single little thing, even when it's something that they can manage. They're never going to develop that conflict resolution because they've never had a chance to exercise conflict resolution. And it's like right here, the feminine leads with an iron fist very strongly. And this masculine just needs room to fucking breathe. This masculine just needs room to breathe. And I feel that there needs to be some sort of compromise. I feel like this feminine needs room to breathe too, but it's different. This feminine needs to feel like she's catered to. This masculine needs to feel that he's trusted. And not just like trusted like infidelity and stuff like that, but like trusted to be that safe space, trusted to be that secure energy, trusted to be the man, the head of the household. And for some of you, you might not like that language, but you understand the gist that I'm getting at. 111 on the clock. So it's all about give and take. Are you willing to give what you need to give in order to get what you want to get? If so, great. Go sit down, have that conversation with your partner, and do what you got to do. If not, then no one can make anything better for you if you don't want to make it better yourself. But that's what I have here. Absolutely. I do see things going really well, but you guys need to have that conversation. And you guys, look. Here we have the masculine just sitting around, doing fucking nothing, allowing the woman to lead, right? And then we have the woman here leading with an iron fist. None of this, well, listen. Look, you guys have, oh my God, so much will to change. There's so much beautiful energy that can come out of this situation. If only you guys were to both just put down what you think that you need to be carrying, discuss it, delegate, and yeah, discuss, delegate, and then reassign. Okay, you know, I really don't like doing this. Do you mind doing this? You know, I really don't like the dishes, but I'll do the laundry and I'll sweep and mop and da-da-da-da. Do you mind doing the dishes? Okay, I'll do the dishes, but I really, you know, I really hate, you know, doing this or doing that. You know, it's delegating. You know, what are you comfortable with? What do you need to feel loved, safe, and secure? And then what can I give, and what can you give me to make me feel loved, safe, and secure? Both parties need to have those really deep questions answered, because we're going off of misunderstanding here. This is just a whole bunch of deep conditioning and misunderstanding. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile number 2. I hope it resonated. Toodles. Pile number 3, you guys chose this pear crystal. I'm getting like silly energy here. Like somebody is really silly. Somebody's like, I see somebody like just like I'm hearing peanut butter jelly time in my head, and like I'm seeing somebody like do like the twerk like Tina from Bob's Burgers. Like I'm just seeing like really silly energy, really playful energy. But I really dislike you guys for putting that damn song in my head, because I hate that song so much. I hate that song. Your person could play too much for you, or you could play too much for them. I feel like somebody here is a little uptight, but let's get into it. 4422. There needs to be some sort of compromise. No, I just kind of want to weigh it. We'll take it. The Fool in reverse. Let's pull 4 more cards so that I can have a row of 5, and then we'll start. Yeah, a lot of these faces are very serious. The only face that's not serious is the Fool, and he's in reverse. But I see, look, we have the Queen of Swords. She's like, oh, Jesus Christ, can you just stop fucking dancing? Like that, that type of energy. Hold on. And then we have the Page of Swords. I'm not going to take it, but look at his face. He's like, oh, God, this fucking sword, man. And then we have the Ace of Cups. We're going to take this because it turned around. I just kind of see somebody kind of stifling somebody else's energy here. And I don't feel like you're stifling it. And it could be your person, but I'm going to say it the way that I say it. And if you need to switch roles, change pronouns, verbs, or whatever, then you do that. I just wanted to let you know really, really quick, if I say masculine and feminine, I'm talking energies, and everybody has them. So, when I talk about the feminine here or the masculine here, it is the person within the connection that exhibits more of that type of energy. So let's get 2 more cards, please. You guys are just a pain in my ass right now, huh? Putting annoying songs in my head, throwing my cards on the floor, making my hand itch. The World came out. It came out in reverse, but I picked it up upright on accident, so we're gonna take it upright. Okay. I just want you guys to see, like, how everything kind of goes here. And since, like, my thing is, like, oh, since, you know, camera angles, just imagine she's not looking this way, she's looking this way, right? And he's looking that way. So what it feels like here is that somebody here is trying to guide this connection in a way where they feel like it would be the best outcome for everybody, but somebody is over here not making the effort. And the tricky thing that might bother or trigger a lot of you is that this goes both ways. This is not just one person needs to change and one person is putting in all the effort. This is, you might feel like you're putting in all the effort because maybe you don't see the effort that your person puts in, and vice versa. This is the why does my face look so chubby right now? This is the typical, I'm trying to love you in the way that I feel loved, and that doesn't translate. And you're trying to love me in the way that you feel loved, and that doesn't translate. It's two people with two different sets of codes and values and two different ways of feeling loved, trying to love each other at the best of their ability, trying to love each other with as much love as they have within them, but it doesn't translate. So it never feels like I'm doing enough, or it never feels like they're doing enough. It just feels lackluster, or it feels like just that sort of like it just feels not like it did. And that's the problem here. It's because when we first get into talking to somebody, we are super attentive to the things that they really like, the things that they don't like, the ways in which we make them feel loved and that they make us feel loved. We are super tuned to another person's needs when we are first trying to woo them or to get to know them, or when the relationship is new and exciting. But when the relationship is no longer new and it's no longer exciting, we can get to this point where it's just like, I'm doing everything that I can, but I'm no longer doing everything that I can in a way that it's catered for you. And you're doing everything that you can, but you're no longer doing everything that you can in a way where it translates to me. Right? This is like, yeah, my partner, like, you know, we have these issues, and then he goes out and he buys me all these gifts and everything that I could ever want. And yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, I love him for it, but this is not the way that I feel loved. I don't want all the gifts. I want the quality time, right? I want the quality time. I want the words of affirmation, right? And then the other person's like, yeah, you know, like, when I was young, like the way that, you know, I would feel loved is when my parents would go out and get me this, and they would go out and buy me that, or take me over here, and blah, 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 blah. And so that's the way that they try to show their love, because they felt loved when they were receiving, right? And so they're trying to show their love through giving. And that's not translating, because the other person, that's not how they feel loved. They just feel like, oh, you're just trying to get back in my good graces by buying me something, right? It's the same intention on both sides. I want to make them feel loved. I want to do my part, but it's not translating. It's not translating because maybe you've never had that conversation of, how do you feel loved, right? What can I do for you to make you feel loved? Yes, this all stems to childhood. All of it. So we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you guys never take the time to just be like, hey, what do you want? What do you need from me? Right? And look, it's like she's coming up to give him a flower, and he's like, bitch, like, you think I want that fucking flower? Let me go to sleep type of energy. This is how you might feel with your person. Maybe it's how they feel with you. And then we have, y'all, this is the card that flew at me. And y'all keep on making my fucking cards fly at me and act all weird. What is up with y'all? What is up with y'all? I'm getting like this energy as I say that, as like, you know, like that scorpionic energy of, let me test them to see how committed they are. That let me make another profile and text my man just to make sure that he's not entertaining anybody else, or let me piss them off so much just to see what their breaking point is. That's so toxic. If you guys engage in these type of behaviors, that is so toxic, and you're self-sabotaging. Don't do that. There are healthy ways, like communication, like honest, real, in-depth communication, that you can really tell if somebody is for you or not. And a lot of you could be like saying like, oh, well, Mira, the last time somebody told me that they were for me, they weren't actually for me. They fucked me over. And this is why I test people now. And what I'm going to tell you is, you don't need to do that. It's likely that that person that told you that they were for you before and then ended up betraying your trust was telling you with their behavior that they didn't, that they weren't for you. I've been watching this dude. His name is John Deloney on YouTube. And he says, if behavior is a language, what are they telling you? What is their language speaking? What is their behavior saying? Right? And so that's the sort of energy here. Maybe you had went through something before where, you know, their words and their actions, they didn't align. And when you're thinking about, should I trust their words or should I trust their actions, you always trust their actions. Always trust their actions, because words can lie. Actions usually do not. And if they do, it's likely that you can feel that. Right? We know when somebody's doing something because they genuinely want to do it, and when somebody's doing something out of obligation, right? And so it's like, you need to pay attention to the behavior here. Pay attention to the behavior here. Because I feel like there might be a tinge of self-sabotaging. So interesting. We got a reversed card, upright, 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 reversed. So 3 upright cards, closed in by 2 reversed cards. So it's a good relationship packaged in a shitty bundle. That's what it feels like. Packaged in a bundle of trauma. Ace of Swords. We need to be honest about how we feel. We need to be honest about what we want. We need to be honest about what type of relationship I'm looking for, what type of partner I'm looking for. And we need to have these honest conversations. And then we need to be honest with ourselves. Is this person going to be able to give me what I want and what I need to feel secure, safe, and loved? If so, amazing. Do the work, both of you. If not, okay, we're going to have to make that really hard decision to move away from this. Some of you guys might have blinders on. Some of you guys might know that this person is not telling you with their behavior that they're all for you. And maybe that's the reason why you're nagging and nagging and nagging and wanting them to be different, or trying to push this relationship into it's like I see somebody sitting in the driver's seat of a car that is stalled, that's not working. And then the other person is at the back of the car pushing and pushing and pushing. And we're getting nowhere. We're getting nowhere. Because if both people wanted to get that car, which is the relationship, to where it needs to be, both people will be back there pushing on that fucking shit in order for it to go, or at least that person in the driver's seat would be steering or trying to turn the car on or something like that. Like if we have one person putting in no effort and one person putting in all the effort, this shows you that your effort is being wasted. That shows you that your effort could definitely be and would be appreciated somewhere else. So if for very, very, very few of you, that is the case. I just scratched the shit out of myself. But for very few of you, that is the case. For most of you, it's just a miscommunication. It's just I don't know what you want from me, and I don't know what I want from you. We need to be clear on what we want and then what our partner needs as well. Their thoughts, feelings, and actions. Pile number 3. Their person's thoughts, feelings, and actions. So we have the Chariot. The Knight of Cups. Oh, it's good. 7 of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. This doesn't look like a relationship that is one-sided. It doesn't look, for most of you, it doesn't look like a relationship where your person is not trying, or where your person is saying something and then doing completely different. This seems like somebody who is genuine. But I kind of do see you in this energy that is a little bit insatiable. It's sort of like, and that might be because you're not happy with yourself right now. That might be because you're having a difficult time on a personal level, and because you're having that difficult time on a personal level, everything could be bothering you. When things aren't perfect, when we're going through things on a personal level, we can start to see and pick out all the little tiny little things that we don't like, and we can blow them out of proportion. And that might be for a lot of you what is happening here. You know your situation better than me. And if this is you that I'm talking about, you know this because this is a tendency that you've had for a long time. It is a pattern that needs to be broken. Just this insatiable, I can never have enough. Or not I can never have enough, because I don't think you guys are greedy, but it's like it's never good enough. It's never good enough. Or when one thing is good, then we just go to the next thing, and then, well, why isn't this like that? Right? So for example, it could be like, okay, we have a problem, we work that problem out, and then as soon as we're done working out that problem, I point out another problem that you have that we need to work out, and then when we're done working on that problem, I point out another problem. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to address every problem within the relationship, because sometimes we feel as if you know, there's a lot of things wrong, and we want to fix everything so that we can have the beautiful relationship that we want to have. But sometimes that can be counterintuitive, because sometimes it can make your person and you feel as though the relation is nothing but work and there's nothing to enjoy. You need the middle of your spread is the Ace of Cups. And so the main energy here is, how do we feel loved? How are we showing that? Are we enjoying it? Are we really feeling it, or are we just chasing the word or the concept? Are we really allowing ourselves to feel it? Yeah, we're looking at everything that's going wrong, and we're not realizing the abundance and the blessings in the connection that we're already in. And we're not noticing that our partner is over there drowning just like we are. We're not the only one who's going through things. We're not the only one who's drowning. They are drowning too, but maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't. It just got really, really quiet in here. And I feel like we need a moment of silence for you guys. Or maybe you guys need to go take a moment of silence and ask yourself, how are you unhappy with yourself? Why are you unhappy? And don't allow yourself to come up with any type of excuse or any type of reasoning that involves putting blame on another person or another situation. Only take accountability for what's going on in your life. I just saw 10101. It's starting at the root. The root is you. It's the way that you grew up. It's the way that you see things. It's you. It's you. Whoever I'm talking to here, if you're still here, the main issue is not the relationship. The main issue is you are unhappy. And that's okay. A lot of the times, and a lot of people, all of us do it sometimes. We blame something that is really an internal issue on external circumstances. And yeah, maybe those things, those people, they trigger us, so it feels like it's them, but it's not. It's you. It's your unhappiness. It's your anger or your frustration or your sadness or your depression that is just showing itself in different areas. Because we marry, we date our unfinished business. Another thing that John Deloney says. So I feel like for some of you, watching his channel might be actually something that's really good for you, because he gives a lot of very good advice. But I feel like the main message here is, how could you work on loving yourself more? How could you work on recognizing the love that is there so that you're not nitpicking on everything that isn't? Might not have been the message that you wanted to hear, but I feel like it's the message that you needed if you're still here. All right, but that's what I have for you guys. I love you guys, and I wish you the best, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles.